Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think you'll have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
And we won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this?
I
How you cannot go
Baby,
here?
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how is everybody doing? Thank you guys for showing on up. Today is Monday, you guys, and yes, congratulations, woke to God. She's over here on Petition. You guys, we are streaming Petition and YouTube at the same time. We will probably get off into the TikTok. You know, we have a channel over there we haven't visited in a while. We're gonna have to go back on over there for a little bit. But I want to thank everybody for showing on up. Everybody, especially the moms. You guys, if you're new and you're in the building, if you're in the bushes, come on out. You know, make yourself at home. We're friendly. We're very, very friendly. If you see them in blue, they are actually for you. Don't be scared of somebody saying, hey, don't say a cussing word, or because we are a big family over here, and we welcome everybody to come in here, want an awareness on these children. Our featured topic right now is going to be on the Cupcake case. We don't have a lot of the update, but I just want everybody to know what's going on with the Cupcake case, okay? And I want to share with you guys 2 more cases that we missed, that we did not know about. One was in 2014, so that was before our time. And the other one was last year. One of them is in the Virginia area and one of them in the Texas area. So we're going to get with that. But let me give you what's going on the Cupcake case. The little girl's name is Camille, okay? Camille McKinney. Let me tell you what happened, because we do have people in here, and I see right now they don't know nothing about Cupcake. Cupcake was a little girl that got dropped off at her cousin's house, and when the mother dropped her off, they were having this big old party outside. So the mother dropped her off, and she got to play with all the kids and everything. They started playing hide and go seek. Next thing you know, the kids went hiding, and there was 2 individuals. I don't know for sure, but the 2 individuals that they have in custody that they have charged, got the little girl, because they was playing hide and go seek, and put them in the car, took the kid back to their home, drugged the kid with some candy, did some ungodly things, and then they killed her. They didn't find Camille, her name is Cupcake, for a whole week. They had put her in the trash, and she was at the landfill. And then some neighbors remember seeing the baby at their house, because the woman, it was a woman and a man. The man's name is Patrick, okay? And the woman's name is Cortessa. She also goes by the name of, Quotessa and Dedrick. She spelled her name wrong. So if you're looking things up, it's spelled Derek. She spelled the name wrong, but it's actually, she's trying to go by Dedrick. Well, they're both is in jail. We got to talk to Quotessa, Dedrick, whatever you want to call her. We call her Quotessa because that's her birth name. She might want to be called Dedrick. And we talked to her, and she told us a little bit, but she was, she was tripping a little bit. But anyway, nevertheless, we did talk to Patrick's mother and their family on that side, and they was deeply sorry and everything. So anyway, the mother of Cupcake, sometimes she has came in our life being very angry with me because she feels like, what it was, let me be honest with everybody. And I get it, I understand, but I still got to do my job. And here's the thing. Quotessa was in jail, and Quotessa was speaking to us. We were trying to get a confession or tell us if there's anybody else involved, because, it just seems like you just randomly go pick up a kid. You don't know the mama. Was you looking for the kid? Did somebody didn't pay their drug bill? What is going on? Because you guys just playing this to just go pick up a kid or whatever. So we were talking to her, and anybody where their kid is taken and they've charged somebody, they don't want to hear their voice. Cortessa was kind of a little bit, making up lies or whatever and saying little stuff, and yes, and there was a lot of rumors going around. So we didn't know if the father had something to do with it. We didn't know if, we didn't know. So talking to her, trying to figure out, was there anybody else involved? And for her to just tell the truth. She did come out and tell them where the baby was at. So she probably get a lighter sentence. It has nothing to do. But, the mom was very angry or whatever. She just, just leave it alone. No, we're not going to leave it alone. We're on it. We're on it like if it's our kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no problems with the mother. I never spoken bad about the mother. I mean, we had a couple of words or whatever. But, I mean, that's defend myself. But nevertheless, she backed off. I backed off. We're all good or whatever. I'm still going to cover the case because this is a child that won everybody's heart. And we did not want her to, we all believed that she was still out there alive. But when they came back and told us when they got the autopsy, the same day that they took her, they killed her within 24 hours. She did not have a chance. And that was kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? And it's still some questions about what's going on, because the dad was saying, even something about Center Point, and that's where the child was dumped at Center Point. That's where the people that had the child at Center Point. So we really don't know all what happened, but they do have the two people in jail. They have Patrick, and they have Cortessa, which is also TeNika. They have both of them in custody, and their trial starts today. So what I'm saying, as far as their trial started today at 9 a.m. this morning, you guys, they are picking the jurors. That's all they were doing today, is picking the jurors. And so a lot of people always want to know, when do the trials start? The trial starts today for the Cupcake case. They're picking the jurors, and they're lining out some, rules and regulations. Okay. So I want everybody to know, you can say, is there any updates on the Cupcake case? The trial starts today. And when I hear what's going on in court, I'll let you guys know, because we do got a little bit of some inside, person for that information. Hopefully they're still responding and conversating with me. But, and that's part of some of the people that we're talking about, family. But, they didn't never say that, oh, it's okay, but okay. You know what I'm saying? They may speak to me, continue. They may not. The last time I called them, they didn't answer the phone. So I don't know, but we do got family members down there. So we can still get to still find out what go on. We don't, and that's how things are. So I want everybody to know we're going to be, going over the Cupcake case. Okay. So yes. So I want to talk about, is everybody good? Everybody understand? They're starting the trial today. Well, and here's the thing. I want everybody to know too. When I say they're starting the trial with Patrick. They're not starting the trial with Cortessa. Cortessa will start her trial on November the 14th. So they're sending Patrick to court first. She says, yes, picking juror, people. That's all they're doing today. That's usually what all they do on the very first day. After that, it's going to be a run, and they're going to have to hurry up, because November the 14th, Cortessa's trial start. And remember what I told you guys. Cortessa told me, she said she wasn't going to get charged with kidnapping that baby. And I told her, yes, you are. She said, no, I'm not. And you're not a scientist, and SP, you're not an investigator. I said, yes, I am an investigator. Just I may not be one in your neck of the woods, but I'm here in the Midwest. I am, I am licensed. So, I do know a little bit, but they are going to charge you with kidnapping that baby. And she tries to tell me that, the baby's DNA is in the house because, her DNA is in the house because she's in the house and the baby was there. I said, yeah, but what she tried to act like she didn't understand. And what I want you guys to know, and this is what I'm going to look for in this case, I try to tell her, but your DNA, listen to me, your DNA should not be mixed up with that baby's DNA. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what I'm saying. Your DNA should not be mixed up with that baby's DNA. You feel me? So you acting like it's in the house. I'm not talking about the house. I'm not talking about the cover. I'm not talking about the light, lampshade, or the telephone. I'm talking about your DNA should not be mixed up with that baby's DNA. If you didn't do anything to her, you didn't kill her, yeah, it might be on the mattress, it might be on the phone, but it shouldn't be mixed up with Cupcake's DNA. Okay? Yeah, she acting brand new. She acting like she didn't understand what I was saying. Girl, please. I couldn't take it no more. You guys, we could have had more conversation with her, but I just couldn't deal with it no more. To be honest with you, I was getting a little bit frustrated. I was getting a lot frustrated, and I just didn't answer her phone calls anymore. She called me again. I just, like I told her, if you're gonna sit there and just lie to me, I don't need a story. I can read stories all day long, but if you go ahead and tell everything, tell the truth, maybe you can work out a deal if somebody put a hit on that baby. Because it does seem like something else happened, but who knows. They got the main two people, the ones that took the kid. And so if the mama okay with all that, then I'm okay with all that too. And matter of fact, and here's another thing too. Since a lot of people were upset believing, and there's a lot of information and maybe some evidence that kind of shows that they took the baby for a reason for payment of non-payment of drugs or whatever. And the people that the non-payment of drugs was, the mother was having relationships with them and their friends. So that's why the mother was like, oh, but you know what? There's no evidence of that. There's just a lot of speculation, and it could be true. It could not be true. I don't know. Hey, and it's just, it's really sad that, no matter how angry a person is because their loved one is gone, their baby is gone, you guys. And I get it. I understand. You want to not have them go through pain or whatever. But if someone is speaking to you and they're only speaking to you, of course you're going to speak to them and try to convince them and get the confidence to tell you everything. And and that's what we were trying to do. Sometimes people don't understand it, but we wanted everybody that had a hand in that baby's death convicted and prosecuted and charged and jailed and everything. And I don't care who they was. I don't care if it was the grandma. I don't care if it was I don't care who it was. Their daddy. I don't care if it was a mama. Hey, if she gave us some information and it led or whatever, yeah, it'd be like your tail was grass. Period, point blank. I'm just saying. And it just so happens that but sometimes you get so much heat because people thinking you're picking on the mom when that's the worst thing and the last thing a person want to do. But that doesn't mean you're gonna stop doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't speak to no one else. She only spoke to us. She spoke to me. And some people was like, no, she didn't. Well, every time when I tell you somebody speak to me, don't I bring them into and let y'all hear what's going on and hear what's been said? They said that on the King Hill case. They was like, oh, Marvin didn't tell you nothing. I'd rather hear from the horse's mouth. And then he came up and he was like, hey, yeah, everything she said. Yeah, I spoke to her. I trust her, because here's the thing. I don't point the finger at people. I want to hear what the truth. If you got the truth or you want to tell your side of the story, I want to hear that. And then you guys can make, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to point fingers at people. I'm just not going to do it. Even though that I may feel one way, my personal feelings, I put that to the side. That don't mean I don't have an opinion. I do have an opinion now. Anyway, that's what happened. And you guys remember, we were telling you about Microwave Frank and all that other stuff. And they was like, ain't no Microwave Frank. I'm down here in Philly and I ain't never heard of no Microwave Frank. And then Microwave Frank got mad because we were putting his name out there and he's a rapper or whatever. And Microwave Frank came on and he was like, he came up, showed his face and everything. And he was like, I'm Microwave Frank. I said, I try to tell y'all, we reaching. Yeah, we're gonna reach. And those days are not over, you guys. It's just sometimes it gets so overwhelmed that especially when we're looking at these cases with these kids, You just don't understand. You guys don't hear everything. You hear what can be presented. Sometimes I got to keep stuff to myself. So sometimes I feel a certain kind of way. And so I kind of back off the stories and chill because it can be overwhelming. Okay. I want to talk about this little girl in the Texas area. Okay. Her name is Amira Dedrick. Okay. Amira Dedrick. Let me pull up what happened to Amira Dedrick. I listened to the story. Matter of fact, the mother was on an interview. I cannot find that interview for the life of me, you guys. But let me tell you what happened because I want to share another story with you. So don't go nowhere because it's going to have, you're going to be able to understand what might happen in the Cody Bixby case because there's a case just like it, okay, that's going on right now. And so stick around and I'm going to tell you about that case. But let me tell you about Amira Dedrick. She was 5 years old when she disappeared. The mother had her and the mother and the father, the mother left the father and went to a whole different state. I think it was somewhere like Wyoming or whatever. And she was still sending pictures to the father and they were trying to do this co-parenting from different states. He was in Texas. She was in Wyoming. So when the child became a certain age, around about 4 years old, the mother says 4. This report right here says 5 years old. But okay, here's the thing, you guys. When she became that age, around about January 2014, the mother took the child over into Texas to visit the father. She was going to let him keep her for the summer. When time to get the kid, no. She tried to get the authorities involved because there was no setup, custodial, who gets the kids and who not get the kids. Then she had to leave the child and go back to Wyoming, where she works or whatever. Okay. So she been trying to set up court dates to get the kid. And guess what? While she was trying to get the kid, this is back in 2014. She was trying to get the kid. The father went to jail. The father went to jail and wouldn't tell nobody where the kid was at. The father was in jail for a couple of months. Where's your water? Right here. I got it. I'm kind of like, a lot of stuff been happening today. So, I'm still overwhelmed I had to stop my card again, again. Yeah. Somebody tried to take all my money again. I said, no way, Jose. It ain't happening today. So I rushed I had to rush to the bank, had to rush to the PO box and handle things. And then I rushed in here. So anyway, hey, Lisa, how you doing? 6 Cents, what's going on? I see you in the building. So Cheryl C, I see you. So anyway, so let me read to you guys a little bit about what's going on. So the authorities continue to search the Houston area for the girl back in 2014. They couldn't find her when the father was in jail. So they went and visited him while he was in jail. He says, hey, there was a woman named Linda. And as soon as he gets out, he'll get with Linda and, return the baby. He got out of jail. They couldn't find no Linda. There was no woman named Linda. They couldn't find no Linda, even live with the address that he said. And so when he got out, he went on his merry way. And that settles that. The mother of this young girl, and she's a pretty little girl. Her name is Amira Dedrick. They have did, like I said, progressive pictures of what she would look like, because you're looking at 2014, 6 makes 20 and 22, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 plus 5. You know what I'm saying? It's 13. So she's around about 12 or 13 years of age. So the mother was on this interview, and I can't find it for the life of me. I wish I could, you guys. But they asked the mother, what does she think about, is the child somewhere living or You know, what does the mother believe? They always ask the mother that, and the mother turns around and says, she honestly believed that our child is in heaven with the Lord. And that's sad to say, because there's nothing. The child has not been enrolled in school anywhere. She's just gone. She's just gone. And they also featured this child on the John Wash with Pursuit, the new series that they're saying, In Pursuit, with John Wash, the man that child came up missing named Adam. And he did one with Cody Bixby. Anyway, that says that. Let me see. It says new media was sent out Tuesday, and so far fruitless. Efforts to find her, who was 5 when she disappeared. She would be now 10. That was 2 years ago. So she would be 12 now. At the time of her disappearance, the girl whose black was 4'3" and weighed about 50 pounds. That's all they can tell you on that child. And I don't think we were on live then. I think we just started going live like 2019. Anyway, her name is Amira. It is spelled Ameera. Her last name is Deadrick. And she's in the Texas area. It's the Waco, Texas area, the Houston, Texas area, and some other Texas areas. So if anybody can find any information, especially the latest on her in this year, please send it to me so we can get her picture out there. I will put it on the community board so everybody will see this beautiful young lady, and her updated picture, what they say that she looks like. Thank you. And her last name is spelled Deadrick. Amira Dedrick. Deadrick. Dead and then Rick. Rick. Yeah, that's where I had the interview with the mother. Yes. That's the interview I've been looking for. I can't get it for some reason. I knew I was looking at it earlier. You're good, soldier girl. But I can't find it. I mean, I can't pertain it for some reason. Somebody got to send the link to me, because it must have been on the wrong phone, because I can't get it for some reason. Okay, I want to talk about another little girl. I want to say young lady, but she's not a young lady. She's a little bitty baby. Okay, her name is Kalisa, you guys. It's spelled Khaleesi. Let me pull her up real quick. And if you guys want to know, Amira Dedrick, she's African American. Some people want to know, so now I'm going to pull up this baby. This is a sad story right here, but I want you guys to pay attention to it, because this baby has been missing over a year. And nah, you sending me to the wrong thing. Karuther. Okay. They just want to do whatever. Okay, let's back it up. Leesi. They want to put Gunther on there. They just don't want me to get it, do they? Okay, here we go. That's why I hey. Okay. So, hey Phyllis, how you doing? Okay. Okay, we got 115 in the building. How's everybody doing? Here's the little girl. Okay, I need to show you guys her picture. She's in the Virginia area. So we know we got a lot of Virginians in here. This little girl, she's in the Virginia area. They have not found her yet, but they have already charged the 2 people that were supposed to take care of her. Rosie, how you doing, Rosie? Come on in, Rosie. I need to talk to you. Hopefully you'll call me after the live. Here's a picture right here. She is she's Caucasian, she's white. And they believe that she is deceased. They don't have a body, you guys. They do not have a body. Okay. So let me explain. In Augusta, Virginia, they have confirmed that 3-year-old they confirmed that she is dead. They confirmed she is dead, but they do not have a body. Authorities investigated the suspect Travis Brown and Candy Royer, and the investigation disclosed the fate of the toddler that released. Investigators said that the Virginia State Police have interviewed both suspects over the past week. The statement said the investigation has revealed that Karisa died while in the care of Travis Brown and Candy Royer. One of them or both of them must have said something. It says they're not going to talk about the case or anything, but they have charged them. According to the release, investigators are continuing to work to find her body due to the information from the investigation. The sheriff department said it did not find it beneficial for the community to establish search parties at this time. You guys understand? Listen. So the authorities believe Kalisa's mother, Amanda G., 38, gave Royer her toddler to care for in October of 2020, shortly before Ari was incarcerated at Middle River Regional Jail. So Amanda was going to prison. She was going to go into prison. So she gave her kid to Candy to take care of. And when she gave the kid to Candy, she have not seen the child since. So Pennsylvania authorities arrested Royer, 41, and Brown, that's Travis Brown. He's 29, September the 12th, at a Knights Inn motel in South Greensburg, Pennsylvania. The toddler's whereabouts remain unknown. This is happening too often. I know it is. If anybody knows anything about these little, yes, thank you. Wow, how is it that people think this is okay? Did I do something wrong? No, you didn't do anything wrong. I just need to talk to you to warn you about some stuff. You're not doing nothing wrong, baby girl. You're not doing nothing wrong. According to the court documents, Royer and Brown shared a child and had it at times violent relationship. Roughly 1 month before the two were arrested, law enforcement charged Brown with assault and battery after allegedly attacking Royer, who sought a protective order against him. Authorities also previously stated that they didn't know the child was missing until September the 4th, when Aries alerted jail officers about her daughter. So both Brown and Royer are charged with felony child abuse in the case of Kalisa Karuther. Okay. So they just did a visual. Oh, thank you, Woke the God. Woke the God is in the building. Thank you. Becoming 0.5 fan noise. All right. Utterly ridiculous. Hey, yes, it is. So the press release announcing that Kalisa's death states that Brown and Royer remain in the Westmoreland County Prison in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Royer was initially filed as a missing person Royer was initially filed as a missing person by the Augusta County Sheriff Office. So the woman was initially filed as a missing person. It has been determined that she was a participant with Brown in a crime spree across Virginia and into Pennsylvania, according to the sheriff office. Okay. It is with great sadness that the search for Kalisa has now turned into a recovery mission. Okay, a recovery mission. The statement said that the sheriff office has executed several search warrants concerning the case and will likely issue more in the future. Okay. So I don't know if I've got it here or not, but let me see. It's crazy how this baby is a cute baby. And it's so many of them, you guys. It's so many of them. And so they're both now is in custody. Let me see. So that's how I did not know how the girl ended up in these two people custody. I thought it was a foster parent, but it seems now, looking at that little update, that the mother gave the child to this lady while she went to prison, and then she jumped and got with the Browns guy, and then they just started doing a whole bunch of crime across, Yes, this is SP.
Hey, SP, this is Miss Bell. I'm Bellflower, California. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Hey, to the mods, all the mods have said hi. I don't have my glasses on, but these cases here, the little girl you just showed that's been missing a year. I wondered, did Cody's dad see that and decided to do this to Cody? The little girl looks like Harmony. She needs to be a little bit taller.
You're right. She does look like Harmony.
This is just, I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe somebody in the chat can help me, because this doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem real. It seems unprecedented. Are they taking these babies and selling them? Or I wonder, is God taking them off the earth before he comes back? Because something's got to be going on. It's just too many.
Well, when this COVID hit, and then you've got, people losing jobs and people needing money, and then the scare of, people being sick and kids couldn't go to school and can't be accountable for and can't go to court. When all that stuff hit, crime took off. Crime went up.
Yeah, that's true.
But
most innocent ones.
But they're getting this money for these kids, but they don't want the kids. Hey, Amazing Regina, how you doing?
They need to start investigating. Hey, you get money on 3 months. After 3 months, you check to see if that child is okay. If the first 6 months, then you go back and not, because don't show up. And this here is becoming a darn genocide with our babies.
Exactly, but how can you regulate that when the mother didn't go through the courts or anything? She just handed this child over to this woman, and she went and did prison time. Nobody didn't even know this woman had her child.
Like that sounds like she got something a little from Casey Anthony. She says she handed to Nanny to Manny and this, and then they come in the bogus live, and the people will sit there and listen to them. You can pick what's the truth and what's not. I hate to be judgmental, but when it comes to a baby, not just because I lost mine, these babies are innocent.
Right.
The children's service or CPS, they don't see this, or they don't have enough manpower to go out there and keep a check on these kids. Or put a chip. You don't want them chipped, no, but something to keep regulated to where all these babies are not coming up missing.
Well,
when you come up with different ones each day, I have to sometimes just kind of mute the TV and try to keep my sanity, because it drives me nuts, especially if you let it get to you. Hey,
right.
You handle it perfect. You're bringing them up. Hey, you're not showing no gruesome pictures and stuff, which I know you won't do that. But it's just the heart of these babies, 3, 4, 5 years old.
Right.
Over he is in a few more months, it's going to be a year he's been gone.
Yeah. I mean, every day, there's at least 20 to 30 stories about a kid. I mean, there was a kid in Chicago. 2 of them in Chicago got shot over the weekend.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Watch the news.
They were just sitting in the car, and one was road rage, and they followed the woman and just kept shooting until one of the kids got shot.
I hope they catch them. I do. And they should go to book. When you slap them on the head, give them 2 months, 5 months. No, you kill a kid, you should get a life.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You're not saving your life, but you're burying the kids. You're burning them. You're drowning. I cannot. I said, I told my daughters, I just want to leave. I don't want to be here. I said, because it's only going to get worse. I said, and it affects me because I seen 2 little kids walking down the street. I was taking my granddaughter to school last week, and that's out in the desert. And I see these 2 little girls, and I say, they couldn't be older than my granddaughter. So I followed. I say, now, if somebody grabbed them, what do I have in my car to stop them? So they walk in. It was a long way. I say, Jesus, you trust this area that much? What if a coyote come out the thing?
Right.
You know, some predator. It's because I was watching the guy over on the street. I used to live on here in Bellflower, and he was known a drunk, and he come to find out he was a predator because I filled up Megan's law. He drinking a beer. He watching this little girl by herself. And so I sit there and I watch that little girl till he got up, and when he got up, I'll come outside. I say, this bastard, excuse my French, but I did call the police. They say, yeah, he's known. We got him. I said, hey, I don't play that. I have a grandkid. And I mean, it's wrong to just see something and don't say anything. My brother would say, yeah, when you see something, you're going to say something. He say, you the type, you go to the president and say something. I said, well, hey, that's what other people do. Why should we be any different?
Right.
You get off here, and I'll holler at you later, love.
All righty.
All right, go ahead.
Bye. Wow, we gotta start watching more, you guys. We gotta start watching more. I mean, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't know who to trust. You do not know who to trust. I want to share with you guys just by my remembrance. I was gonna come on here and tell you guys about this story. It's in Florida. You can look it up. We might talk about it Wednesday. The father and the mother was in the house, and I don't know what happened. I have no clue what happened, but he took his weapon. He had a 5-year-old daughter and an 8-year-old son, and they were sleeping in bunk beds. And he went and he shot 3 times in the head, the little girl. Shot 3-4 times in the head, the little boy. The mother called 911. The police come. He walks out the house carrying the boy. And the first thing he says is, it was an accident. I don't know how the gun went off. Now, the little girl didn't make it. She didn't make it, you guys. The little boy is fighting for his life. Lisa T said, I heard about that. The little boy is fighting for his life. And the police was like, the only 2 adults in the house was the mama and the daddy. I'm pretty sure they said that there was no history of abuse. We don't know if one got, when I tell people, people thinking, I'm going to live my life, I'm going to do what I want to do, and ain't nobody, secure your kids somewhere before you go and start, getting caught doing stuff and cheating and lying and, playing games, and your kids is in there. And it doesn't matter who, if they the mama, the daddy, the whatever. I don't play games with people. When they start talking crazy and my kids is around, no. I even had to go to the courthouse and tell the judge, that man don't need to be over here throwing stuff outside, because there's only but so much I can take in front of my children. That's right. It was no accident. And people get angry. Their temper, you don't know what can happen. And I had to tell the judge, he don't need to be coming to my house because his temper is really bad. And so I'm just telling you guys, even though it might be the daddy, we're starting to see daddies are taking out the whole family They're taking out the kids because mama don't want them, or mama been cheating, or mama don't want to come home, or she don't want to talk to him or whatever, and he can't deal with it. I mean, and women are doing the same thing. They can't live without their husband or their man, and he done gave them all these babies or whatever, and or she decided to get pregnant one more time, and now what we gonna do with all these kids? So, it's just best to, and it doesn't matter how much, the same thing we hear all the time. I didn't believe he would do something like this, and this person is a nice person or something. When they lose it, sometimes there's no red flags. Quit talking about all the red flags. Just don't even play. Don't even play with people like that. You know what I'm saying? When you get ready to leave, don't tell nobody, just leave. Grab your kids and leave. Quit arguing about the car and the TV and who gets the DVD player and all that other stuff. And I'm going to show him, and I'm going to date his friend, and I'm going to date his daddy. And no, quit doing all that. Stop. Yeah. I had a friend one time, and, he told me one day, he said, I think he was a little bit angry. He thought something was going on. And he told me, he was like, have fun at work. That's what he told me. And he looked at me and he smiled. And when he smiled, I said, no, I will not go to work and leave my kids here. No, I will not. I'm going to stay here. You can move out tomorrow. Or we'll get it settled tomorrow. But I'm not leaving you with my children. He was like, oh, no, we're fine. We're fine. He said, you're going to get yours, but we're fine. I said, no. I will not leave my kids. I don't care if they're your kids, my kids, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you can see a red flag, and sometimes there is no red flag. Gabby Petito's story played just October the 1st. Some people got to see it, some people didn't. Some people said there was red flags there. There was red flags when she met him. All I could see was a red flag. You know what I'm saying? He had no hair when he was just out of high school. The red flag, he worries to death. It could have been he was hereditary, but then he didn't have a job. Another red flag. And he wasn't getting a job. Another red flag, okay? So, hey, Rosie, thank you she got 7,000 fan noise. All right. So I just want you guys to know, don't be dropping your kids off at anybody's house, anybody's place. You don't know if they're going to watch your kids like they watch their kids. See, I couldn't understand that. I know a lot of people get mad at me what I'm going to say. But if you're going to get mad if I told you the truth, get mad at me because I told you the truth. But you know what? You can't take your kids over your cousin's house and she don't even watch her own kids. I'm just saying. Did I do that one time or sometimes? Yeah, I did. My cousin, she didn't watch her kids as well as I thought, but at the beginning of her being a parent, she did watch her kids. So when my kids was younger, I felt it was okay. But at a time when my kids was getting older, when they want to go outside and play, I had to, she was like, oh, come on, cuz, let me watch your kids. I treat them right. I said, girl, I can't let you watch my kids. I'm seeing your kids running around the block and they only about 5 years old. But you gonna let mine's 4 and 2? No. Now, you know what I mean? So you gotta be careful. Even cousins and mothers, mothers. We remember we were talking about the young lady that her mother had her kids. And she let her ex-husband that got out of prison have the kids. And so grandpa took a sledgehammer to the kid. Kid running around the house, running for his life. He done lost it. Talking about he done stole his money. And he just beat the kid with a sledgehammer. Crazy. Things like that happen. Things like that happen. I always say, don't let death babysit your kids. Exactly. My mom and aunt only ones watch my kids. Exactly. Remy said, I remember that one. That one right there, it came out of nowhere. It was like boom, and it happened, and it was very, very messy. And what do you say to somebody like that? Like she got to fight her mom because her mom gave the kids to her ex-husband, which is her daddy. It was the girl's daddy that did it. You guys, it was crazy. Hug your babies at night. Tell them that you love them. Exactly. I even had to watch my mom some of the time because, my mom, she was a good mother. But like I said, at the beginning, she was not a good mother. So, I had to tell her, don't let too many people around my children because I'm not going to play with them. Can't trust nobody. You just can't. You can't trust nobody. Now, I trusted my mother, but I didn't trust her like, something could have happened. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. A lot of women go through this. I was talking to a young lady over the weekend, and we were having a good conversation. But Lord and behold, I don't know everybody that hangs around her, do they feel the same way? We were talking about the Cody Bigsby case. It just so happened I picked up that the lady was really, on Corey's side and was like, hey, Corey's rights is violated and blah, blah, blah. Now, me, I'm for the child. I don't, when it comes to the rights being violated, I didn't say his rights was not violated, okay? But that don't have anything to do with us. We're not about civil lawsuits and is your rights violated. Now, I am totally against a person's rights being violated. But don't come to me when a child is still missing talking about somebody's rights being violated, because to be honest with you, we're talking about a child that's still missing. You guys understand? It don't have anything. I'm not talking about his rights being violated. You know what I mean? Where's the child's right? We wouldn't even have nobody to have their rights being violated if we knew where the child was at. Nobody would have to force things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying the police was right about anything of that nature, if that's what the case was. I don't know. I wasn't there. All I know is the family is not speaking about where Cody is at. So that leads me to believe you got something, you're hiding something. Hey, Wolfie. Hey, Wolfie, what's going on? Amazing. Regina's in the building. So all we want to know is, where's Cody? Tell us where the baby is at. Did you give him to a babysitter? Who was babysitting? Or is he gone? One thing that I do know, you guys, and I hate to say this, but in every case where they went to the family and said that the child is no longer here, guess what? The child was no longer here. You guys understand what I'm saying? On the King Hill case, they told Amber, the child is no longer here and we will not be able to recover him. Oh, what that means? So everybody's thinking, he's still alive. We still believe he's alive. Let me see. He's over here. He's over there, whatever. They're doing this. They're doing that. When they told the mama that they already know, they just cannot say it, because you cannot sit there and say, well, we got you on video taking this kid to the dump, but we didn't follow, the cameras don't follow the trash people to the dump. So we don't know if the kid was dead or not, because just like right now. Even though that I'm a nurse, I cannot tell you this person. I can walk in a room and a person cannot be breathing. I cannot pronounce that person dead. You guys understand what I'm saying? Only a ME can do that, you know. So sometimes when people be like, oh, they, you know, like my aunt, when my aunt died, she died at the house, but they could not pronounce her dead. They took her to the hospital and didn't pronounce her dead. You know. Hey, this is SP.
Hey, good afternoon, Miss SP and family. How are y'all doing on this great blessed Monday?
Doing pretty good, Sugar Mama. What's going on?
What's going on is what I have to say.
Yes.
This heifer or this happy that come telling you some bullshit about Kobe rights was violated. Does she have kids?
I don't know.
Okay, that's what you should ask her.
I didn't get in no conversation. I let her speak and I just got off the phone.
Because you know what? One like me, I'll be like, excuse me, back up. Do you have kids?
Well, here's the thing, Sugar Mama. Let's talk. We've got about 6 minutes. Let's talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. A lot of women choose the man's side over a child.
And that's a no-no.
Isn't that scary?
Yes, because you know what? It's like to hell it the man.
So if this was this woman's child and the man had took the child and we don't know where the child is, she'll be crying bloody murder. But it's not her child. So women look, they be like, you know, they look at the man, he's a nice looking man or whatever. And so they take the man's side. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling people to take the woman's side, but at least look, you know, look at the child.
That's bad. Look at the baby. He's still fucking missing. And you come in and talk some crap?
Yeah. Because you do know that the defense wants to not only take out the statements that Corey made, but they don't want us to see the video of the interrogation of him being interrogated. They don't want to show that. But you know what? They don't want to. Why they don't want to show it? Why they don't want them to show that? And you know, here's the thing. You know, because you have FBI agents, and then you have people that work undercover or something. They don't want to be seen or hurt or whatever. But wouldn't you like to see how relaxed Corey was, why his child was missing? And why he asked for water and something to eat, why he just laid back and never, and I don't know this to be true, but the transcript that Amira sent does not state, it does not show where he asked about the child. He never not one time asked, you know, did you guys find Cody? Do you guys know where he's at? Or is there an update? What's going on? He was just, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I want something to eat. Yeah.
Could you imagine your child missing and you talking about you sleepy, you're tired, you want something to eat, you want some water? That says it right there. I would be out there butt naked looking for my child. Yeah. Where is the baby up to now? Where is the baby?
Right.
Talk, say something. Okay? And these women are there that putting these men before their babies.
Right.
Don't have a life. You didn't suffer to make that baby. You figure, well, hey, just going up on the bed, on the storage, open your legs, bam, the baby come out. No, it's not like that. We all suffer at some kind of thing. I suffered to make mine.
Right. Right.
You suffered to make yours, okay?
Exactly.
So fools that turning wrong and, you know, want to put these men before their babies. What he have between his legs is not golden. And
right.
How old? I've never seen a golden one and will never see a golden Tootsie Roll down there. So they better wake up.
Right.
Stop doing it. Stop putting these men before their kids. Stop.
Right.
That's what, you know, we have to nail in our head. Fine and looking fine doesn't mean nothing. Fine cannot bring back a baby. I sweat my ass to make mine, okay?
Right.
With a single parent, bring them up, think for drugs. I used to go to the Salvation Army. Did I depend on no man? No. These fools that say they cannot live life without a man. Yes, they can. I did it. I did it. I brought 3 up by myself.
Right.
I'm looking for no man, so they need to stop that bullshit. Where is the baby? Where?
Right.
They figure, well, hey, they cannot make it in life because the man leave them. He have another woman. Oh, well, you lay down to make this baby. Move on. Stop letting these kids suffer because of bad relationships. The men don't want them. Pray to God.
Mm-hmm.
Pray. Let it go. Let it go.
Right.
Life goes on. Life goes on, Miss Esty.
Oh, I know. It does.
Too many children are being caught in the middle as the clock ticks. Like you just said, the man that came from prison and, turned around and went after the child, talking about the child stole his money.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to kill that child because of a few dollars?
Right.
Come on now. The grandmama knew it. Come on. Wake up. Wake up.
Right. She knew. Yeah.
Wake it up. Wake it up. Check your baskets. Wake up. Wake up.
Right.
That's all I have to say. And have a blessed Monday. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I do want you guys to know, yes, I do want you guys to know that the 2 people, they look terrible, you guys. Oh my God. They look terrible. That got this baby. Her name is Kalisa Karuther. She's from Virginia. The baby's from Virginia. Travis Brown and Candy Royers. Wow. They have charged them with the murder of Kalisa. No body. They don't have a body, you guys. I just want you guys to know. But they have charged them with neglect and covering up and all of that. I'm trying to find the latest, but for some reason I can't find it. But yeah, they don't even have the baby's body, but they know that this baby is gone. And it's weird to me that they've already charged them with the death of this child. Tina said, that's right, Sugar Mama. That's a big no-no. Thank you for the musical notes. Amazing, Regina. I see you in the building. And I see Rosie got 8,000 fan noise. All right. So the primary inquiry is, I want to know the place this little one is. My workplace and me are devoted to discovering the place this little one is, and we're working continuous to search out the place where this little one is. Is she okay? A convey or a logical conclusion to this is heart-wrenching. So the people in Virginia went to Augusta, the jail, the county sheriff office, and they did a protest. Well, actually, it's not a protest. Let me rephrase that, you guys. I'm sorry. They did a vigil for this baby not too long ago, right in front of the courthouse. They did a vigil. And yeah. I wanted us to know about that child because this is crazy. I hadn't heard anything about this baby, and I don't know if you guys heard anything about it, This baby is still missing. Age 3. She will be 4 now. Blonde hair, blue eyes, 3 foot 1 inch. Her middle name is Hope. So they want justice for her. Cute baby. She actually reminds me of Harmony. Never heard. I hadn't heard of it. Yeah. This was here right here. This is what happened to Kalisa. She's presumed to be dead. What happened to Kalisa? She's presumed to be dead. Okay. Okay, this might tell us how much charges that they get. Let me see real quick, and then we'll get off here. 3-year-old Kalisa hasn't been seen in nearly a year. All these kids have not been seen a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. September. I mean, it's been months. There are a great many unknowns in the heartbreaking case of Kalisa Karuther, a sweet-faced toddler with wimpy blonde hair and a shy smile, whose mother went to jail last year for a probation violation. Yet there are stubborn details in the 3-year-old. So mom went to jail for a probation violation. That's it, probation violation. No one has seen the child in 11 months, and the local sheriff investigators, her disappearance says she is most certainly dead, they say. They say she's most certainly dead, though he has not found her body. It keeps me awake at night. Augusta County Sheriff Don Smith told Inside Edition because I can't find her. Smith has searched the home and surrounding properties where Kalisa last lived. He has brought in cadaver dogs and rescue parties, but has not found no trace of this child. The little girl was reported missing in September by her incarcerated mother. So the mother is still incarcerated. Amanda, who told jail guards and then Smith that she had entrusted her daughter's care to a friend, Candy Joe Royer. And she had just seen news report on the prison television that Royer had been reported missing the day before. Araya said she had been afraid for months because she couldn't reach her friend or the woman's boyfriend, Travis Brown, both of whom had been looking after the little girl, Smith recounted. The mother was talking to Royer and Brown from the jail, the sheriff said, but they stopped communicating with her, stopped taking her calls, stopped taking her text messages. Everything went black. Smith opened his investigator September the 4th, the day he spoke with Avery. That's Amanda, the mom. Family had not seen the child since last January. Relatives said they had been told a succession of stories from Royer, including that Kalisa had gone to stay with her grandmother and then an aunt, and finally that Kalisa had been picked up by social workers from Virginia's Child Protective Services. None of those statements were true, Smith said. After entering Royer's information into law enforcement database, Smith learned that Royer was not missing, but was with her boyfriend, and both were wanted for a series of crimes, including stealing a car, passing bad checks, and drug-related offenses. Thank you, Chocolate King. I see you in the building. Thank you for the hearts. The couple was arrested at a motel in Pennsylvania on September the 12th by state police and members of the U.S. Marshals. Methamphetamines, drug paraphernalia, and stolen checks were found in their room, and Kalisa is nowhere to be found. The sheriff filed felony abuse charges against Brown and Royer that month that traveled to Pennsylvania several times to interview them as part of their investigation into Kalisa's disappearance. They agreed to see me without an attorney present, Smith said. They're no stranger to the system. To protect the integrity of the investigation, Smith said he couldn't indulge details from those conversations, but in statements he publicly released about those interviews and inside dishing, he said he has no doubt that Kalisa is dead and has been for several months. I can confirm that Kalisa is not alive, he says. I can confirm to you that she died at the address where Royer and Brown resided at. Just before Thanksgiving, Royer and Brown pleaded guilty to all charges against them in Pennsylvania, including possession of methamphetamines and stolen checks. They were sentenced to 2 months to 1 year in prison and extradited to Virginia in December to face the child abuse charges involving Kalisa. Smith's investigation is still open. He said he is still looking for the little girl. Royer and Brown are still in custody without bond, waiting trial. He said he couldn't discuss any further details of the ongoing investigation. I want to make sure that these two people are held responsible for what they did to this child, he said. There's a lot of information that they're withheld, and I've really tried to keep the integrity of the case together. Another thing he wants to stress, he will never stop searching for Kalisa. Frankly, the system failed this kid in every way, he said, from the caretaker to social services to the courts to the people around Royer and Brown. There were a great many things working against Smith from the beginning of the investigation into the little girl's disappearance. The worst was time. Royer family reported the woman missing on September the 3rd, Smith said. The sheriff put out a photo of Royer in a missing person flyer. Local news station ran stories about Royer's disappearance. Amanda saw those reports at the Middle River Regional Jail, where she had been sentenced to serve 2 years for a series of probation violations that include testing positive for methamphetamine while on probation. Amanda had long struggled with addiction as a single mother and told a prosecutor during a March 2020 probation violation hearing that she had been using meth for about 15 years. After seeing the TV report, Royer was on and gone missing, it upset Amanda and told a guard that Royer had possession of her child. The next day, jail officials allowed Amanda to make calls to Smith. She explained that Royer had her child and that she placed the child with Royer in October, days before the mother was arrested for violating her probation. Royer was a good friend, the sheriff said, who shared an addiction to meth. They both addicts. I know that the mother was in a very bad situation and she was trying to get her child taken care of. Online court records show Royer, 41, has a long history of convictions on charges including drug possession, robbery, and larceny. Royer's Facebook page showed photos of Kalisa in late 2020. With poster says she was caring for the child. Travis is always posting pictures of new automobiles, motorcycles as the newest additions to our family, but I would like to introduce the newest addition to our family, she wrote alongside an image of Kalisa. After speaking to Kalisa's mother in jail and thinking about Royer of the child was missing, we opened a full-fledged investigation, the sheriff said. We were searching for both Royer and her boyfriend, Brown. We couldn't figure out whether Candy was in danger and whether Kalisa was in danger, he said. Then, after interviewing Royer's family members and relatives of Kalisa Smith, they realized how long it had been since anyone had actually seen the child. When he entered Royer's name into the criminal justice computer, we learned that Royer and Brown were going across the state in a crime spree. He also learned that Brown was a fugitive who had been on the run since August 2021 and was wanted on several charges in other Virginia jurisdictions. Let me see if there's anything important. I don't know that the child should have ever been placed with them. It doesn't help that CPS didn't do anything to find this child, who was removed from her mother in October 2020. Several interviews requesting containing a detailed list of questions. Okay, we will not be able to answer questions regarding the investigation. Okay, local reporters have sought expectation. Okay, they're just going. A Facebook page seeking justice for the child has more than 4,000 members. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, we put the memorial up to let the public know we have not forgotten about this child. Wow. Okay, you guys. Thank you, Purple. Thank you for the heart. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I will have more information. Wow. I wonder if they found that child. Anyway, let me just try to send this. Let me see if I can send this. It'll probably go away, and it did. This is why I don't look at this stuff on here. Anyway, you guys, we can't always blame CPS. The parents failed them first. Yeah. She didn't want her child in the system, but she trusted her child with another person that did math. I'm just telling you guys, this story, that's what's happening now. The children are coming up missing. People haven't noticed that the children are coming up missing. I listen to, when my son called me or something, I'm just telling you guys the truth. My son called me. I said, "Where's Pooh Bear?" And he'd be like, "Oh, he's asleep." I'd be like, "Oh, wake him up." I want to hear him. And he'd be like, "Oh, Mom." But Pooh Bear come on. He'd say, "Oh, Mom." I just want to hear, And sometimes when I'm looking for my son or something, I have to call his girlfriend or something. I say, "Hey, where's my son at?" She was like, "Oh, he's such and such. Oh, he's busy." I said, "Tell him to get on the phone." And then he'd be like, "Tell Mom I'm busy." I said, "Hey, tell him to get on the phone." She was like, Mom said he's busy. Tell him to get on the phone. I want to hear his voice. So that's something that you guys need to consider when you're talking to your grandkids and things of that nature. I'm going to get off of here. I will see you guys same time, same place, but it will be Wednesday. All right? Be good, be great, and be nice to each other. Bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
We won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, now
see this? Now you cannot go.
Baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?